Hey everyone, welcome back to another Restore My Sneakers video. In this episode, I'll be fixing midsole separation on my Diamond Dunk SB lows. Now, I've been wearing this pair on and off for the past 5 years, so obviously it's going to show some wear and tear. And in this case, it's midsole separation. Now, personally, this is a common problem because I have other pairs of Nike Dunks that are showing midsole separation in the same area. And in this video, I plan to fix the midsole separation using barge cement. I'm using barge cement for this project because I did use it for a minor separation issue for another pair of shoes, and it worked really effectively. And since I'm kind of dealing with the same issue with the Dunks, this is why I'm choosing barge cement for this project. If there are any other adhesives that you're really comfortable in using that you find really effectively, it should work in the same manner. So the supplies that I have on hand, first off, the adhesive that I'm using, barge cement, which you can pick up on Amazon or at your local hardware store. Next are these craft sticks. Now which I picked up at Walmart. Now what I did with these was sand down the edge so that it's thin enough to allow me to get in between the separation to apply the glue evenly. And lastly, some masking tape, which I'm going to use to mask off the areas of the shoe which I don't want to get excess glue on. So the first step in the process that I'm going to do is to mask off this area right here, since I'm going to be working with the barge cement in this area. I don't want to get excess glue here. Now this part's optional, but I'm going to mask it off anyway. Alright, so I still have access to where I need to fix the separation. So if I happen to get some barge cement here, I can peel this off and cleanup will be a breeze. Alright, so the next step is to make sure that your barge cement is properly shaken. And some precautions, make sure you actually use this stuff outside or in a well-ventilated area. So what I'm going to do is try to get a small amount first. And then take your time and spread a thin coat. So I'm spreading it on the actual upper right now. I'm going to try to get another layer facing the rubber midsole. That way I have 2 points of contact with the barge cement. Now I'm going to apply barge cement to the actual rubber portion now. Now let this sit for a few minutes before you apply pressure to both sides to glue back the separation. So now I'm going to apply some pressure from the inside and on the outside. And any excess that you squeeze out, this is usually the best time to clean it off. So I'm going to use the other stick right here and then just kind of scrape it off. And then just use the masking tape to like spread it on there since I'm going to peel it off anyway. And then continue applying pressure. The process that I'm using for the adhesive is that I'm applying a thin coat of glue to each side, letting it set for at least 3 minutes, then pressing it together to allow it to bond. Alright, so I'm going to work on this side of the shoe as well, since it has some separation. This time I'm only going to use masking tape on this side. Okay, now I'm going to let this sit for a few minutes, and then I'm going to press the sides together. So now I'm going to apply pressure from the inside and on the outside and push the two separated pieces together. Alright, so now I did get a little bit of excess there, so just use the wooden stick and you can scrape it off lightly. And continue to apply pressure to the separated portion until you feel like it's bonded completely. So as you can see here, it's pretty flush. And there it is. I was holding it apart to allow both sides that I'm going to push together to cure, to allow the bonding process to work better. So now I'm going to apply pressure to push it back together. As you can see, it bonds instantly. My recommendation is to allow the shoes to settle for a day or two, and that's to allow the glue to completely cure. And after that, go ahead and test wear the shoes. So that covers re-gluing midsole separation on a pair of Nike Dunks. Hope you enjoyed this video and see you on the next episode. If you like this episode, give it a thumbs up. If you like our videos on our channel, consider subscribing. And if you missed out on last week's episode, click on the annotation next to me.